One of the things that comes up over and over again when we speak to prospective clients is the question, but will I have to follow a diet?
Our answer is always an emphatic no, because we believe in giving you a solid education in the essentials of nutrition with Midlife, so you have the tools to make the choices that will make you happy and give you the results you're looking for. And we're here to tell you that yes, that is possible. Invariably, we'll be asked about our own eating habits, our go-to dishes and snacks. So in this episode, we lift the lid on meals, our favourites, and give you some recipes to trial. Enjoy. Hi, I'm James Davis.
And I'm Claire Davis.
We're the Midlife Mentors, here to lift the lid on how to achieve health and happiness.
The balanced, no-nonsense way.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Midlife Mentors with me, James.
And me, Claire. How are you all? So Lola's decided, our dog has decided to start squeaking her toy. She shows off, it's like she knows. She wants to be on the recording as well. It's like she knows. Might have to do a dash and throw her in the other room in a minute.
She's actually been sent, Lola, our pom, has actually been sent a gift box this morning by someone lovely at a doggy accessory company. She received a lovely harness and a nice new lead.
She's going to be a star.
A giant squeaky sheep, which she can't leave alone.
Which is about the size of her, to be honest. But our pom is a little bit overweight, and the harness was a little bit snug. So I think...
and a lovely raincoat she got as well. She looks great in that.
Not that we spoil her at all.
Anyway, enough about our pom. Today we are talking about...
Pom stands for Pomeranian, by the way, just in case you don't know.
Today we're talking about meals, because we get asked a lot when we're speaking to prospective clients. One of the questions that comes up, am I going to have to follow a diet? It's going to be really strict. Our answer's like, no. We just don't believe in diets. And then invariably we get asked by them, and actually all the time, like, what do you eat? What do you eat a typical day? So it might be really useful to kind of share some of the stuff we eat. So that's what we're going to talk about today. We'll give you some recipes and some meal examples. But what else have we been up to, Claire?
Oh my goodness. What haven't we been doing? So we ran. So, yes, the last podcast episode, we'd already run, I'm losing track of days, we'd already run the 4-day free mini course on optimising hormone health and hacking your metabolism. And then this week, we've been getting prepared for the actual 21-day Optimise Hormones and Reset Your Metabolism course. So that's a 21-day kickstart and just building on everything that we taught everyone in the 4-day mini course. We're so excited about this. We've got loads of people on it, and it's just going to be so exciting to support everyone and keep everyone accountable and motivated, because actually we did a survey on the mini course that we put out to everyone, and we had about 100 responses back. And you know what the biggest blocker for success was? It was actually mindset and motivation and consistency. So this is going to be a really special course, because after this we won't be doing it live, it will be self-guided. So this is the only time we're doing the 21-day course live, with live calls, 2 live calls a week, oodles of accountability and motivation and extra support from James and I that you wouldn't get after this launch. So because it's a launch, we're doing it live. And it makes all the difference, it does, it really does. It is the secret sauce, that level of accountability and motivation, and us holding space for you, basically. So I think that's why we've got so many people excited about it and joined up for it. And that starts on Monday, and actually doors close Sunday, the 26th, or actually tomorrow, 26th of June at midday. So if this sounds like something that you would love to do, why wouldn't you? Because this is going to really help supercharge the results you want around midlife. So it's diving into midlife hormones and resetting your metabolism at midlife. And then if it's something that you're thinking, that sounds interesting, I'll put the link in the show notes and go and sign up ASAP, because doors are closing, as I said, at midday on Sunday.
Oh, and since our last podcast, we had an amazing experience last weekend. We got to go to Twickenham, the home of England rugby. Thank you, Anna, you lovely superstar. Yeah. And we were sat in the royal box watching England play the Barbarians. It was actually a
was
really fun match. Not a great result for England.
Terrible result for England. Absolutely terrible.
But really special to be in the members bar and in the royal box. So yeah, big thank
and
you.
I
Anna.
just
Great
kept.
fun.
I don't get starstruck actually. I have worked when I was in my PR days. I used to come across lots of celebrities. I got so excited that I was sat behind Eddie Jones's head.
Eddie Jones is the England rugby coach. If you don't know.
So excited. So yeah, that was amazing. Anyway,
we were tempted to throw things at him the way England were playing, weren't we?
I thought he was going to get up and walk out. It was a shocking match. If anyone follows rugby, you'll know what we're talking about. But it was an absolutely shocking match. But really, really, what a great atmosphere.
It was amazing. Great to be at Twickenham with a big crowd, and yeah, just fantastic.
Yay.
So let's talk food. So as we said, we're not believers in diets. We hate diets and the whole diet industry. It's designed basically to keep you in a struggle and striving. They don't give you all the information you need, which is why you'll keep, lose the weight, put it on, lose the weight, put it on, and keep you pinging backwards and forwards. We believe really in just empowering our clients through nutritional coaching with all the tools and knowledge that they need to make sustainable, healthy choices. Obviously, that's quite in-depth. We spend 8 weeks coaching people, but we'll summarise the strategies. Basically, tell people to eat more lean protein, cut back sugar. It's in absolutely everything. So educate yourself on food labels. We've done podcasts on this before, but cut sugar out. Eat less processed food because it overrides your natural hormonal impulses. Eat more natural foods. Keep your carbs to around 40 to 50% of your total and front load them in the day. And try and avoid those white and beige carbs, the heavy carbs. And get to learn your portion sizes. So you don't need to count calories. We do like hand sizes for our clients, and it works really, really well.
Yeah.
And then the last one is the thing that undoes a lot of people is not always the meals, but the snacking in between. So get to know your go-to snacks. I'm going to give you some example of those on this podcast.
I just actually want to say this on our 4-day mini course. We had so many people say to us, "Oh my goodness, I've put into practice just a few of your tools and strategies, and they've been game changers." And one of the ones that everyone said that was amazing. It's completely changed my energy levels. It's completely changed how I'm feeling, how I'm waking up in the morning, and I've dropped some weight already. So the game changer one is not eating carbs after 4 o'clock. That one seems to have really, and we knew this anyway from all of our clients before, but one lady dropped 9 pounds in 4 days.
Amazing.
Just actually putting in some of the food strategies. It wasn't even movement, which we massively say that you should do. You should definitely do the movement side of the equation as well. But even the food strategies, some of what, she'd cut out sugar. She was cutting out processed food. She was eating more protein. She cut out carbs after 4 o'clock and actually front loaded them. And what we mean by front load, we're going to go into this, what's a good breakfast, what's a good lunch, what's a good dinner. But we front load them by having them at breakfast and lunch and then not having them after 4 o'clock. She was like, it's an absolute game changer. Everyone was saying the same. I've got loads more energy. I'm dropping the pounds. I'm less bloated, which is just amazing. And my gut health's better because also all these things that we just mentioned, the sugar, the processed food really, really negatively impact our gut health as well and cause loads of, all these things cause massive amounts of bloating. So yeah, just that goes to show that it's not about like strict diets. It's actually making some really smart changes to the way that you eat for not just weight loss, but more energy and better gut health.
Exactly that. So what's the day look like for us? Well, invariably, we will start, our first meal of the day is our power smoothie. Now, why is this so good? And this is actually a real true life story here. We've just onboarded some new clients. One of them was like, I don't know if I could drink the smoothie.
It looks
I don't
horrible.
know if it'll keep me filled up. I always, I have breakfast, I'm hungry again by 11 o'clock and I start snacking. Within 2 days, she's messaging us going, this is a game changer. I'm just like not getting hungry at all after I've had it. It feels like now that works because basically it's a combination of your low GI carbs for sustained energy and fibre for your gut health. There's some berries in there for a bit of high GI carbs to help get the protein to your muscles.
What the carbohydrates is there? Oats.
Oats, yeah.
Sorry. I haven't woken up yet today and it's in the afternoon.
Berries are also high in antioxidants. Then we have the all-important protein powders. This is really important. We want to start the day with like a good protein hit. So we've got our protein, our carbs. We've got a little like teaspoon of peanut butter in there for some healthy fats as well. Then we'll add things like some super greens powder, a few seeds to get you some omegas in. Of course, top that up with water and then blend it up. Now, we don't put things like bananas in because bananas are actually quite high in sugar. And here's the thing. we want to try and become more insulin sensitive. There's a lot of research that says that the amount of sugar we have in our first meal of the day will set our insulin bandwidth for the rest of the day. So we want to try and keep the sugars minimised. So the power smoothie, what's in it? A cup of oats, a handful of
or half a cup of oats for ladies.
Half of ladies. A handful of frozen berries, a scoop of protein powder, flavour of your choice, but chocolate works really well. Dash of super greens powder, various seeds and nuts, teaspoon of peanut butter, water, and blend it all up. And that's probably coming in somewhere between 300 to 450 calories, and how many oats you put in.
Yeah, exactly.
But because it has all that protein in it as well, it triggers your leptin and will keep you full all day. So it is a game changer. Loads of our clients, not all day, till lunchtime.
Yeah, it does. And I honestly, I was exactly the same. You know, like I was, we both are. You know, with our training and everything, we get hungry. We love our food. And I was always, you know, I would be one of those people that would eat breakfast and I'd think, oh God, I'm really, really hungry again at 10 o'clock, and then I'd start the munchies. And actually, I have to say, I'd never need that. I haven't needed that for years, but I've had this protein shake now. It was James that got me into it, to be honest. When I moved over to Ibiza, he started having it, and we were both. And so this has been our breakfast every single day: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even Saturday, Sunday. We might mix it up a little bit.
Ooh, go
crazy, crazy cats. But actually, I have it because it's yummy. It might not look particularly, you know, some people in the gym are like, what are you drinking? It looks like mud. I'm like, it's so yummy. But it really, really does keep off the hunger until lunchtime. I don't snack in the middle of the morning. I don't feel like I need to. You know, if that doesn't work for you, there are other go-to breakfasts as well. You know, you might want to. Another option is eggs on sourdough. Eggs are a superfood. They've got all your amino acids in it. They, again, they trigger loads of protein, so they trigger that leptin as well. And sourdough actually has less sugar in the bread than most other breads as well. So it's a really low sugar bread. So that's the one you want to go for. James mentioned portion size. Just be really careful on your portion sizes here. Sometimes I'll see clients when they take photos in their food dough, they've got 3 slices of sourdough bread and
5 eggs.
And 5 eggs. You know, if you're bodybuilding, that's fine. But if we're normal people, which most of our clients are, you know, like even 1 slice of sourdough with a couple of scrambled eggs on is absolutely fine. Don't throw loads of butter in it. If you can have poached eggs, even better.
You can have things like oats with protein, so make up some porridge essentially, but add some protein powder to it so you get that protein kick. Yeah. You can make some homemade granola and mix that with some like low-fat Greek yogurt. Now I say homemade granola because this is one of the ones that catches people out, because we all think granola is really healthy, right? It's all the nuts and seeds and stuff, but a lot of it is really, really high in sugar. So you can make your own quite easily, actually. We sometimes do make our own, but you can get low sugar ones. But if you're buying granola in the supermarket, do check the sugar content. Make sure you're getting low sugar.
Lizzie's granola, she's actually got it's under 5 grams per 100 grams, isn't it? And
M&S
that is
do a good one as well.
But the Lizzie's one, look for the low sugar one. It actually says on the packet below 5 grams of sugar per 100 grams. What I would say on the whole homemade granola, though, people, is do be careful what you're making it with. If you are piling in the honey to give it that kind of nice gooey texture, do be careful on that, because again, honey is sugar. So don't mistake, just because sugar isn't just cane sugar. And package, it's actually in things like, and if you're using date syrup, all these sorts of things, coconut nectar that you get as well, really high in sugar. So just be careful if you are making your own. You might be thinking it's healthy, but it might not be.
You don't need a lot. Basically, what you want to do, general tip, is train your palate to be not as sweet. Because we have so much sugar in our foods, generally, food manufacturers pack it in, our palates tend to be quite sweet unless we train them the other way. So we want to gradually, over time, train our palate to be less sugar dependent. We
did just want to say about, I just want to reiterate the whole banana thing. Because people do go, oh my goodness, I didn't realise, I threw half a banana in. I'm like, well, that's going to spike your insulin. What you do want is berries, because they have, they spike your insulin far less. And there's some research that actually says some berries actually help with insulin sensitivity. So you just want a handful of, things like raspberries, blackberries, strawberries, things like that.
Yeah. So that's your breakfast to take care of. That will keep you filled up till lunchtime. And then you're going to have your
not
lunch.
All day.
Not all day. Lunch is a second power smoothie. I'm joking. Lunch, you want to go for lean. lean protein and get your
Can you
carbs
imagine?
in for the afternoon.
Can you imagine if we said that?
I know.
And lunch is another power smoothie.
No, we're not a shake company trying to get people to lose weight.
No, I did.
Machiavellian means.
We're actually going to do. I said to James, I've got another idea for a podcast. Is all these living 30-day cleanses by these multi-level marketing companies that say,
I'm going to digress here. Actually,
replace your meals with shakes. Well, that's a great. I'm not even going to go into the rant right now. We're going to do a whole thing. We're going to do a whole thing on that because actually people don't understand the difference between supplements, like a protein shake as a supplement, or a meal replacement shake. People don't understand the difference. So I think we might do a whole podcast on
we're
that.
shock out there. We're in a group call situation, and someone who's positioned herself as a menopause expert helping women was basically started blatting on about her 3-day juice and soup cleanse she gives women to help them lose weight. Now, she's got no qualifications in fitness and nutrition or anything. I'm just like, the last thing you want to be doing as a menopausal woman is like depriving your body of nutrients, especially of protein, and piling in sugar with juices and smoothies. So anyway, we digress. There. Watch out! Don't be sucked in by these.
Well, we have to do a podcast on this because actually I see it. They prey on vulnerable women, and I say vulnerable. It's not like we're sitting there going, but we are vulnerable to a sense because our body shape is changing. We're not feeling like ourselves. We're struggling to lose weight. Of course, if someone says lose X amount of pounds in 30 days by replacing your meals with these shakes, or, go on a juice cleanse and a soup cleanse and you'll get these results with lots of pictures of transformations in 5 days, of course your head's going to be turned. But we're going to do a whole one on that because you really, really shouldn't be doing that to your body at all.
Let's get back to lunch. So you want to go for a lean protein and your carbs for your energy for the afternoon. This is like, so you've had carbs at breakfast, you're going to have them again at lunch because you're not going to have many for dinner, right? So examples of this would be you can open like a can of tuna, mix it with some quinoa or some couscous, and then like some small bits of salad. So we'll like have cherry tomatoes, tiny bit of avocado. Avocado is another one, right? It's delicious. It's a superfood, but they're nutritionally dense, high in fat. So you want to limit your avocado intake to about 1.5 avocados a week, really.
Yeah,
don't have more than that.
This is where we see vegans and vegetarians go quite wrong, because they love the avocados, don't they? And then their entire diet is full of avocados, and again, it is really high in fat. Same with vegetarians with eggs. You need to be careful of your eggs because sometimes if you're, I sometimes look at food diaries and they've had like 12 eggs in a week, and I'm like, oh, okay, well that might be scuppering your results because your fat content per day has gone quite high. So just be careful. Again, it's everything in balance. It's having a balanced palette of food, basically.
Exactly. We also because lunch is all about, normally we're kind of like on the working or on the go, right? But we still want to have a substantial meal at lunchtime, so we're going to go lighter at dinner. So things like smoked salmon and scrambled egg.
Yum, yum, yum.
We like to buy those packs of like pre-cooked chicken bits you can get from supermarkets. Again, you can just mix it up with some salad, or again with some of your grains like lentils, couscous, quinoa.
You can have some hummus.
Hummus, like a light hummus.
Yes.
Again, very, very nutritionally dense.
So just a tablespoon of that, please.
And then we keep like fermented foods in the fridge, and we'll eat that like 2 or 3 times a week as well, because that's really good for your gut biome.
Sauerkraut.
So things like sauerkraut and kimchi. So that will kind of be our lunch. And then we do normally have dessert, but I'm going to leave desserts to the end because people get excited by that.
Well, yeah, and also you're setting that up in a really... I don't... James has a dessert because he's trying to pack on more protein, but also I think you might have oversold it there.
I might have oversold it. Anyway.
And I'm just warning you when you get to the end of this and thinking, oh, where is my Ben and Jerry's ice cream?
So that was lunch. Then, of course, we've got our dinner. Now, we want to go again for the lean protein because it's got leptin, it's going to help our muscles repair. We want to go for very light carb approach. So none of your heavy carbs, no breads, no pastas, no rice, no potatoes, stuff like that.
And that means sweet potatoes as well.
Yeah, try and prioritise above ground veggies. So it might be something like a chicken or a turkey stir fry, a pan fried sea bass fillet, or an oven cooked chicken breast. Again, with roasted veg, that's really easy to do. Set the oven on for about half an hour. In goes the chicken or fish.
So easy.
In goes all the veg. You can chuck in asparagus, broccoli, mushrooms, tomatoes. That's like super quick, easy meal to do, tasty. We'll get a lean mince every now and again. We try to limit red meat to about once or twice a week. We'll get a lean mince. add extra beans to it, but have no rice with it. So like a chili con carne with no rice, again, cutting out those carbs. So that gives you an idea of the flow of our day. Now, desserts, of course, are important. So here's the other thing. We'll tend not to have dessert in the evening. I'll have dessert at lunchtime. And that's my goals. I'm trying to add more muscle. So our go-to dessert is basically, a really nice low-fat, low-sugar Greek yogurt. There's really good brands out there. Some supermarket ones are great.
The faggy one, FAGE, is really good.
But I'll add a scoop of protein to that and a bit of cocoa as well. And then you've got like this really smooth, creamy chocolate dessert. So
I don't have that.
That's me done.
I don't have that. I have just a square of dark chocolate. So 85% dark chocolate. Now, I used to absolutely love dairy milk chocolate. I mean, it doesn't, to me now, I know they've changed the formula and it doesn't even taste like dairy milk to most people anymore. But I used to love milky chocolate. I actually can't stand it now. I've completely retrained my palate, and you need less of, when it's that high in cocoa content, you actually need less of it. So I just have a square of that, maybe an extra half a square if I'm going really crazy. But honestly, that's enough. Actually, just giving it a moment to kind of go, okay, I appreciate that. Because actually what we end up doing, this is a whole nother conversation, we don't actually give it that 20-minute window for our body to digest our food and for us actually to think, actually, I am full up. We don't want to be stuffed. We've just got used to it in the Western world that we need to feel like we're really, really full at the end of each meal. It's actually not how it's designed to be. And most of us don't give that window of, okay, I'm going to leave it for 15, 20 minutes. And then if I still feel hungry, then I'll have maybe a go-to snack, or I might have a bit of that dark chocolate. Or so James saying there about the thing that he has after lunch, I'll just have a bit of chocolate. But his go-to snack, his go-to thing, dessert after lunch is a really good go-to snack just overall. So if you are feeling, some of our clients say they get that little bit of slump at 3:00 in the afternoon. If you are having that, it is understandable, because if you've had lunch, we do get a little bit tired after lunch, especially if you have had, it doesn't matter what carbs, even if you've had some carbs, your insulin response will trigger that little bit of a dip afterwards, potentially. If we do go up and down with our insulin response, we all do. It's not always completely stable. So you might get that dip in the afternoon, and that's when you want to go for a snack like the faggy yogurt, the Greek yogurt, low sugar, low fat, and then just put a bit of protein powder on top, maybe a few seeds and a few nuts. And when I say yogurt, just a couple of tablespoons as well. For us ladies, that's going to be enough, by the way. It's a couple of tablespoons of Greek yogurt and then some protein.
Yeah, other great go-to snacks are things like a good quality nut butter, so your peanut butter or almond butter.
Yeah.
But again, a teaspoon is enough to trigger your leptin. Like I said, have a teaspoon. I would say when you're hungry, have a glass of cold water first, because often we'll mistake dehydration for hunger. If you're still hungry, then have your go-to snack. So a teaspoon of nut butter or a small amount of nuts. A good one is to have a protein shake. If you've got your protein powders around, just mix it up with some water, so you're getting protein. It's still very low calorie.
Little trick on this, because I find just a protein shake with water incredibly dull. So I just try and make a big deal out of it. I put some ice in it, I put some cinnamon in it, and water. And sometimes I might put a little bit of almond milk or lactose-free milk in it, and then whip it up in the blender. So actually, it just feels like a bit more of a treat than just throwing some protein powder in a bit of water. Yeah.
And then some people like it, some people don't.
I hate this.
Cottage cheese is always a good one. Very high protein, low fat. Triggers your leptin. So there we go. There's our meals. There's our meals laid out. So we've given you some ideas there. We've given you some inspiration, kind of the flow of meals, and you should, that will fulfill all your kind of nutritional needs. And get you on the track to the results you want.
Yeah, and this is also, it's going to educate you to have a better relationship with food as well. I'm just feeling really inspired now to do that podcast on being really careful with meal replacement shakes or any of these sorts of things, because again, they might have the nutrients in it, but you're going to walk away without any understanding of how to take that back into real life, and you're not going to be living on meal replacement shakes for the rest of your life, are you?
Let's hope not.
Let's hope not. My goodness, God love my mum, but she was on, the slim fast. I mean, the crazy. I actually can't believe that shakes, these people still do these cleanses with these shakes even after the things that came out in the 70s are still doing these meal replacement shakes. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Anyway.
I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you found it useful. As always, we'd love to get your comments, team@themidlifementors.com.
And do sign up for the 21-day Optimising Hormones, because it's going to be such a lot of support from James and I that you won't get on the course in future, because as I said, it will be self-guided. And, you know, if you are struggling, if you're kind of battling with your body, and that's how it feels, right? If you're battling with your body, if you're really, really struggling to maintain momentum, if you're struggling with energy and weight loss and fat loss, and you're just feeling really uncomfortable in your own skin, then this is going to be a 21-day like reset, like a massive kickstart for you, giving you all the tools and the knowledge that you need to make a massive difference to your life from the inside out. So we'd love to see you on that, and I'll put the link inside the show notes. All right. Anyway,
see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
You've been listening to the Midlife Mentors with Claire and James Davis.
We'd love to hear from you. So drop us a line at info@themidlifementors.com with any questions or topic suggestions.
And make sure you join us on our Facebook page and YouTube channel. You can find us under the Midlife Mentors.
Yeah.